Hello there guys, what is going on? Son of Chelsea back here again for another edition of your daily Chelsea headlines. Got some transfer rumours today, so getting straight into it. A rumour that has come out, reported from the Metro. It wasn't originally from the Metro, but they reported on it, talking about how Diego Simeone, if he becomes Chelsea manager, wants Marco Reus, one of his top rumoured transfer targets. Also Edison Cavani has been touted as well, but Marco Reus, definitely a player who has been linked with Chelsea in the past. An exceptional player on his day, really has sort of gone off the boil in recent years. I mean, there was lots of reports going that he would make a massive move, maybe to Barcelona, maybe to Bayern at one point, but he stayed put in Dortmund. Has had a few injury problems which may have knocked that back, but definitely still a good player. I still sort of wonder where he'd fit in, because of course he sort of is still a winger, and I think Eden Hazard maybe moving away, which I'll come on to in the summer, could open up the door for someone like Marco Reus, but as well you've got Pedro in there. So it'd be very interesting, I think, to see if where would Reus kind of fit in, but still a brilliant player. And as well, I feel that if this is true, but you never know of these sort of rumours, especially Diego Simeone now has been linked, as we talked about. I think it was on Tuesday, when we talked about Diego Simeone potentially now stepping up to be one of the favourites for the Chelsea job. You're literally going to have so many players. I'm sure there'll be Antoine Griezmann linked because of the link between him and Atletico. So I expect a load of rumours like this, and you expect a load of big name players like Cavani to be linked to Chelsea, as they always are. How true are they? We don't know. But discussing it, guys, in the comments below, do you think Reus could still be a good signing for Chelsea? But as I've discussed, do you think that we're kind of oversaturated, in that kind of position? But guys, let me know in the comments. Next story is about Radamel Falcao. Now, we've heard about him potentially going over to China, like so many have recently, but apparently now he's going to stay at Chelsea, basically. There was talk of him maybe making that move. I think that, if I remember rightly, the transfer window over there is still open for about a week, so you're still seeing deals being done, but apparently no. Falcao is now going to stay at Chelsea to the end of the season. For me, Falcao, once again, isn't really going to get the game time. Even if he's fit, I think probably even Pato may challenge him for his place. Remy, as well, Costa with the form he's on at the moment. So it's really a surprise to me that he isn't going to make that move. But that's the way it looks at the moment. Last is on Eden Hazard. Now, we heard the report that came out on Monday that I think I discussed on here, about him saying that it'd be hard to reject PSG if they came in for him in the summer. This was the day before the game. Performed okay in the game, but really didn't influence it. And then last night, Roy Keane, as he does so often with these things, comes out and starts bashing a player. He bashed Eden Hazard, and some of what he said, I can agree with. I just think it's a little bit, for me, when it's like Roy Keane bashing another player. It's like, it's not original anymore. Like, he's been doing it it's just kind of what he does. Now is just like have a go at someone and put someone down. It's like. But there was some stuff as a professional that I like him, I did agree with, his professionalism, the way he's been acting. So there are some good points, but for me, it's just like another case where I know this is kind of maybe wrong, but for me, it just gets to a point where I sometimes think that Roy Keane just comes out and says these things for the sake of it now. It's kind of a little bit like, for me, it's just to be controversial for the sake of it. But I think there were some good points, and I think people were kind of growing tired of Hazard's kind of attitude, and it seems like that at the moment, and I thought maybe PSG, if he wants to go there, why don't you step up in the game on Tuesday when Chelsea need you? That's kind of a side point, but I think for Hazard, it's just like, at the moment, I think there's a load of people thinking, with Chelsea fans especially, is like, if you want to go, just go in the summer like this. And pretty much he is kind of indicating he wants to go. So I think people now are just ready for him to go. And I think Chelsea, as we've talked about, maybe Reus, other players like that, Chelsea should start preparing for that, because I think Chelsea are going to get a good transfer fee for him. I don't know why maybe PSG would pay, or anyone would pay 80 million for him at the moment. I know he is an exceptional talent, don't get me wrong, but based on this season, would that have impact on it? Because you look at the attitude maybe of him, would that still go for 80 million? It seems a little bit weird after the season form he's had. He has had some exceptional seasons. We know the talent he has, which every now and then you can see sparks of, but this season hasn't produced it. So that has been it, guys, for this edition of your daily Chelsea headlines. In the comments below, guys, tell me your thoughts on everything I've discussed in today's show. Tomorrow I'll be back in my Son of Chelsea studio, so no more webcam for daily Chelsea headlines, back to normal. And I'll have some good content coming up for this weekend's game against Manchester City in the FA Cup, so look out for that. Follow me on Twitter @SonOfChelsea, and I'll see you again.
Hello there, guys. What is going on? Son of Chelsea back here again
for another video. And it's time for my Q&A. Thank you guys for all of your questions that you submitted in the comments to that video that I left last week. Apologies to those that I couldn't read out, but right here, let's get straight into it.